Let's go!
I taught him that, though. I did it first.
What's going on YouTube? Jay Clark the Jumper here. Before I get started, I want to let you know that I have some merch for sale. I'm going to put the link below. Please click on it, check it out, support. Thank you so much. So, what I want to get into is this dunk session, which is possibly my best dunk session ever, and it's based around this dunk right here, the 180 double up. Shout out to Dunkademics for filming. Shout out to Chris Staples. I'm going to put their information below too. This was a long session. First started with pickup, and I love playing pickup basketball because one, I love basketball. Two, it's a good chance to get some, functional movement to warm up my legs for dunking. So, I'm running around. Whenever I get fast breaks, I'm definitely going to dunk. I'm definitely going to put on a show. Just got to be careful because you have guys like that all the time. So I was pretty smart, and this is also pre-ACL. So I really wasn't as, I was a little bit more reckless during this time, but even then I was still pretty smart about it. But in between games, I was working on other dunks that I wanted to get ready for with contests and things like that. And after a few games, it just became focused on one specific dunk because I knew I would make it. And at the time, I don't think anybody had made this dunk. I'm not sure. Kenny Dobbs might have. Jordan Kilgannon probably did. But when during this time, I lived in kind of like a dunk bubble. I thought I invented a lot of dunks, but I didn't. But I mean, even if I did not, it was still kind of that process of trying to do the never been done before by me. So when talking to Billy Dunkademics, for those of you guys who do not know, I think he said I tried it 41 times this session. And it was definitely a frustrating thing for me. It was a frustrating thing for Chris. The people that were playing basketball, I kind of held up the games, and I was that guy that day. But I knew it was something that I could do. I knew I couldn't give up until I got what I needed done. And typically in a dunking session, this is not practical because after a certain amount of time, your legs are just going to die. And I think that's what people thought was going to happen. Like, my legs were going to die, but for some reason they didn't. That was a reverse 540. That was the first time I ever did that. Chris was a little upset because once I did that, I had both 540s spinning both ways, which, was kind of crazy to think about. But even then, I wasn't satisfied with the dunk session because the main goal was to get this dunk down. So I kept going. I kept tweaking. If you guys can't really see, I'm tweaking where the person is holding the ball, how they're holding it, a little further back, a little bit closer. I'm playing with the run up, and I eventually kind of went with a high jump style approach, even though like I would have a lot to say about how I'm approaching the bar in this situation because it was kind of wonky, but it was getting closer and closer. A couple of those attempts almost looked like between the leg scorpions, and it's funny that I didn't even think about like trying that. I was just so focused on spinning and getting my body around. But yeah, like I said, I want to say it was like 41 times altogether, and it was one of those things where it just kind of like I knew it was there, I knew it was in me, and I couldn't give up. It's one of those weird things because I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to somebody, but a lot of times when dealing with an obstacle, a lot of times when dealing with adversity, even though it might make more sense to quit. Sometimes you just have to persevere. You just have to keep going. And that's how I felt. And at the end of the day, I'm glad it's something I ended up doing because, as you guys know, if you guys do not know, this was kind of one of the bigger dunks that I ended up getting, and it was one of the dunks that kind of set off my dunk career. Specifically, after this dunk session, Chris Staples, who was currently with the Harlem Globetrotters at the time, let the team know about me, and because this was my first session with him, it kind of, solidified that I was kind of one of the real deal dunkers, and this got me my tryout with the Harlem Globetrotters. It led me to my career. So, at the end of the day, keep pursuing, keep fighting for what you believe in, and you can achieve all of your dreams. That's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys like it. Hit me with a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.